Good morning. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on the topic of natural resources and forest resources. What is natural resource? Any of the various raw materials and wildlife available in nature for man's use is known as natural resources. Nature has provided plentiful resources surrounding us for nourishment of a better life. Thus, any part of our natural environment such as land, water, air, minerals, forests, grassland, wildlife, fish, or even human population that man can utilize to promote his welfare may be considered as natural resources. Natural resources are land, forest, wildlife resources, fisheries, water resources, energy resources, marine resources, and mineral resources. What are the objectives for natural resources development? Conservation of renewable resources, multi-purpose use for resources, development of non-conventional energy resources, economic use of resources to achieve minimum waste, environmental impact assessment for new projects, and nature of balance should not be disturbed through exploitation of natural resources. What are the importance of natural resources? Least wastage and maximum economic advantage, availability of natural resources at minimum transportation cost, selection of industrial zone, use of natural resources obtain long-term economic advantages and to achieve multi-purpose advantages. Next, we will move on to forest resources. What are the importance and significance of forest resources? Forests are an important renewable natural resources that contribute substantially to economic development. Forests provide raw materials to a number of important industries such as matchboxes, paper, newsprint, rayon, furniture, construction, burning, and so on. Apart from timbers and woods, forests are rich sources of varieties of valuable plants for medicine, spices, dyes, bamboo, canes, grasses, lac, gums, burning materials, and so on. From checking of wood and soil erosion to wildlife protection, rainfall, human recreation, watersheds, and balance of nature, forests play a major role in enhancing quality of environment. The services provided by forests are five. They are watershed protection, atmospheric regulation, erosion control, food, fuel wood, charcoal, coals, timber, medicines, and livelihood for dwelling people. In India, forests form 23% of total land area. Forestry contributes 2% of India's gross domestic product. Forest area is concentrated in few states like Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, and a few union territories in India. Classification of Indian forests are five. They are evergreen forest, deciduous forest, dry forest, mountain or hill forest, and tidal forest. What are the reasons for deforestation? For obtaining raw materials for industry, for obtaining timber for furniture and construction work, for obtaining firewood, for developing the mineral industry, for constructing projects on rivers, for expanding agricultural land, for the purpose of constructing the roads, for establishing industries, for the construction of railway tracks, human accommodation, overgrasses of forest by livestock, destruction by insects and pests, forest fires, and extreme weather conditions. What are the threats associated with deforestation? There are 13 threats associated with deforestation. They are increase in the possibilities of floods, decrease in the rainfall, increase in the atmospheric temperature, increase in the amount of soil erosion, migration of tribal population leads to mental frustration, loss of some useful medicinal types, shelter problem for forest animals will increase, problem of urbanization will arise, atmosphere will become adverse, desertification of forests and agricultural land, forest dwellers will have a problem of survival, decrease in the population of animal types, and increased chances of cyclone due to climate change. What are the need and measurement of forest conservation? There are two needs of forest conservation. They are to maintain equilibrium in ecosystem and to maintain biodiversity. The measures for forest conservation are forest fires should be prevented, use of pesticides to eliminate the risk of pests, plantation of resistant varieties, replacement of trees, replacing the firewoods by biogas and solar cooker, implementation of social forestry programs, afforestation programs should be undertaken on wastelands, trees of aesthetic value should be implemented, renewable forest crops, reforestation by suitable monoculture, unwanted felling of trees should be restricted. Forest policy. Forest area is decreasing very fast day by day. Hence, the Government of India declared its forest policy in 1952 to increase the forest areas. According to the forest policy in 1952, decided to raise steadily the forest area to 33% for the country as a whole. The 1952 forest policy was again revised in 1988, and the main objective of the revised forest policy of 1988 is protection, conservation, and afforestation. The revised forest policy of 1988 emphasized on substantial increase in forest and tree cover through massive forestation and social forestry programs, maintenance of environmental stability through preservation and restoration of ecological balance, conservation of natural heritage, check on soil erosion, check on extension of soil sandbanks in desert areas of Rajasthan, steps to meet requirements of fuelwood, fodder, and minor forest produce of rural and tribal populations, increases in productivity of forests to meet national needs, and steps to generate people's awareness to achieve objectives and minimize pressure on existing forest. I hope you understand the topic related to natural resources and forest resources. Thank you.